Hello and welcome everybody for our second cast of the day. This time it's going to be the Alpha Team League Amateur Playoffs. Ris3n competitive. It's going to be facing off against Platinum Heroes. Let's get right on into things here in our first map on Pillars of Gold. The teal Zerg player representing Ris3n. It is Richard. And his opponent in the top right hand corner. The orange Protoss. I can't talk. The orange Zerg player representing Platinum Heroes. It is ES Reaver. Rever? That's Rever, not Reaver. But we're probably going to call him Reaver. Deal with it. 15 hatch here from Richard, and the normal 17 one there from Reaver. Interesting. Minor little variation already in their build orders. Let me just double check. That my stream went live. I believe that it did. Okay, good. So far, both of these builds looking mirrored after that. Sorry for the radio silence there. Just making sure that my stream went live, because it did not really give me the notification. But here we are. Playoff time. Win or go home. This is a best of 5. There are 4 preset matches that will be played out. If a team wins 3 of them, obviously they take the series. If we go 2-2 on the split of those first 4, any one of those 4 players can then be revived to face off in that final match to see who the ultimate victor is. Winner going on to the semifinals. Both these teams have had great seasons so far to get to the playoffs, but it's all on the line here. Win or go home. Speed starting up here for Richard. Not yet here for Reaver. Might be banking that up for a little something different. He is staying in gas. As Richard has pulled out. Squeeze a few more drones out. Still in gas now is Reaver. About to hit 200. So I'm thinking maybe we see a Roachborn here shortly, or maybe an Evo, or something like that. That would be what I would expect. There's the Roachborn. Okay. So if we're going Zergling speed, gonna opt for those quicker Roaches. Now, that does kind of cede the very early game map control to Richard, because obviously Speedlings are way better than Slowlings. And that's going to allow Richard to get this third base up and running, but the threat of these Roaches is still on the horizon. There's a lair as well. So this is going to be a little bit of concerted pressure here from our orange Zerg. Who might actually be about to be down an Overlord. That might supply block him pretty hard here, as those Lings are not going to be able to escape from the Speedlings. More drones on the production tab. Overlord does go down, and again with none on the way. This is going to be a pretty hard supply block here for Reaver. There we go, 2 of them start up, but the third base is now done. And remember, of course, Reaver is ahead on workers, but as long as you've got that base advantage, you have the larva advantage, and that is so important. So that's going to allow you to pump out way more units. Another whole set of injects here. Looks like Richard's going to touch the front here, see the double Evo, see the Roachborn. And as well see that there is no third base. And it actually looks like he's going to put some pressure on here. With no Roaches out on the map, I think he might be able to force his way through here. Albeit at the cost of a bunch of these Lings, but Roaches are on the way now, but they're not here yet. And if this Queen goes down, the hole is open. I don't think that other Queen can get there in time. One goes down. Second Queen gets surrounded. It is dead. The first Roaches are starting to pop out now, but this is all denied mining here for Reaver, who is going to bleed out, it looks like 4 drones. 6 drones. Grand tally coming out to 8. And a couple Queens, which is also going to cut into the production here of Reaver. His roaches, though, are ahead, meaning he can push some of those out and maybe try and go for an attack, but I feel like he really needs to. He's going to have a pretty tremendous upgrade advantage here. That is going to certainly help him out here. But if he doesn't capitalize and capitalize soon, the fact that Richard has more workers, the fact that Richard is going to have more larvae, is going to really tip the scales of that roach on roach fight in a way that I don't think this early advantage will be able to handle, even with the upgrades. The roach speed is a pretty big one. It's a big one, and the lair is not even yet done. Here we go. Reaver's making his way across the map. Right now, he has double the roach count, but we have a lot of roaches in production for Richard and the queens, and of course, defender's advantage in ZVZ is very important. Your own hatching roaches get into the fight much faster than your opponents. But Reaver's going to be looking for his window here to try and get damage done. Although the army advantage is starting to swing out of his favor. 2-2s on the way. Roach speed not done, but it is almost done. As here we go, he arrives, and with all these queens and roaches, I don't think he has a window here. He's going to have to back off, getting that third base up like he needs to. Roach speed about to finish. Maybe allow him to use that maneuverability to maybe find himself a window here. Needs to be careful. Cannot take a head-on engagement right now. One roach going down. Roach speed for Richard. Still a good ways away, as he's getting a little bit of a scout off here. Sees that the third base is not yet done. Has an eye on the other base. As you have to say, Richard is sitting driver's seat in this game right now. Up 11 workers. The army supply pretty solidly in his favor. The only thing that is turned against him right now is, of course, there is a pretty solid upgrade lead here for Reaver. But while upgrades are important, numbers are also very important, and quality of army as well. Right now it's pure roaches versus a little bit of a mixture of roach ravager. And those ravagers with bile, obviously bile not affected by having the armor upgrade, not affected by upgrades at all. So at least I don't think it is. I might be crazy, but I'm reasonably certain that bile ignores its ability damage. So like the Oracle attacks, I have to imagine it would. A couple Ravagers getting morphed in here for Reaver. That's going to be very important, as Richard is going to look to put a little bit of pressure on. But this is a big ball of roaches for Reaver as well here. Gets an Overlord and is going to back up a little bit and get a little bit of a concave. Here come the Biles. Snakes back to avoid them, but the Biles of his own are going to also whiff. No one being able to hit Biles. This is going to be a bit of a strange fight here. Great dodges there from Richard, as he's got a few roaches wrapped around the other side going for those high-value targets in the Ravagers. So far, it looks like neither player is going to really take a substantial win there. Reaver holding that position, keeping that third base alive. That is of such critical importance. Single Bile going to land there on the army, as Reaver looks to push him back a little bit, but not going to be able to push through the waves of Biles. Burrow now on the way, +2 weapons. Getting somewhat close here for Richard, which will close that upgrade gap a little bit. He will still have the armor upgrades, but in Roach vs. Roach, attack upgrades definitely more important than the armor. Here comes Reaver, though. He might be able to get a decent concave out to start out this fight, as it looks like neither of them really want to take that engagement as they both back off. A couple of roaches burrowed here. I'm not exactly... Oh, the burrow moved. Okay. Now, if he's looking... Oh, wait, he's got an Overseer. So those get spotted immediately and picked off. Nice little pick off there for Reaver. Neither player been able to go for a fourth base just yet. Oh, that's a big line of Biles. That will not hit here. Army supply still very, very close. Biles landing all over the place. I think he actually got hit by a few of his own here. +2 attack is not done yet for Richard. He doesn't want to take this fight yet. It is now complete. As both players backing off, skillfully avoiding these Biles. So many roaches on the way here, and it looks like Richard has chosen this moment to take his fight. Brilliant split versus the Biles here, and he might just have too many. Oh, all the reinforcements coming here for Reaver as well. This is going to be a close one. Biles landing everywhere. A few of those Ravagers do fall. Another big Bile hit. These roaches are so low on HP, and having these Queens here that can offer transfuse could be super, super critical here for Richard to keep his army sustained. Reaver does have that base up, but now the burrowed roaches are coming into play. Drones in the natural starting to get picked off. 6 drones go down. Let's see what the final tally will be, or if he can burrow these and keep this pressure alive. is going to force some of these units back. And now we see Richard making his move here. Hydra Den on the way, wants to get that lurker transition going. Ooh, he's actually got a big pack of roaches that's getting caught out here. He needs to be very careful. Richard's going to try and capitalize on that by getting a few of these Ravagers picked off. A few of them, it looks like, are going down. But now he's going to be fighting up a ramp into the defender's advantage. Huge biles land on Richard's army. He's trying to force his way through here, and he might have too much, but there's so many more roaches on the way here for Reaver. This is getting tense. The only thing that makes me worry here for Reaver is that he does not have a fourth base, and that the tech transition is on the way here for Richard. If the game goes on to the point where one player has lurkers and the other does not, that is going to be disastrous for Reaver, as lurkers just absolutely shred those roaches that clump up the way they do and are armored. Infestation pit on the way as well here for Richard. So that fourth base is about to finish up. Reaver had a bit of a tricky start to this game, but shown some incredible resilience to hold on here in the face of a player that had more economy. Looks like he's going for a fight here, picking off a lot of Ravagers to start off. That's a great start here for him. Some good biles land as well. This is going to be a tight one, but Richard, sensing he has the numbers advantage, might be able to push this through. But no, once again, it's going to trade, and both players are going to back off. Hydras now being added in. A couple of Hydras can significantly boost the DPS of your army, though of course they are very squishy, and you really want to get to those lurkers. Hive tack on the way as well. As if you ask me what the two staples of ZVZ late game are, typically you talk about the lurker and you talk about the Viper. Rest in peace, Overlord. Here's Reaver. He's going down the bottom side of the map. He might have been seen by these burrowed roaches, and in fact, I think they did go under him. Yeah, he might have, because there is no Overseer with this army. And that could be disastrous here, as if he goes for an engagement and Richard pulls him back, here we go. This could be a pivotal moment in the game, as it looks like Reaver's coming to a fight. Great bile dodges on both sides, but I think Richard might just have the numbers advantage. The roaches are going into the main at the same time. This is going to get really dicey really quick. Those biles are going to be dodged by Richard. What a great play. Drones in the background starting to go down by the burrowed roaches. Richard is pushing this in. The Hydra's flanking from the other side, adding some DPS. Oh, the roach line is wavering. I don't know if he can hold this. Supplies dipping below 100 for the first time. 10 drones in the background now have died. The Ravagers fall. Richard pushes it through. GG. Well played. Game 1 goes to Ris3n. Whew. Well, that's certainly an exciting way to start off our series here. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did, because we got a lot more coming at the very least 3 more games. We're going to throw to overlay real quick, but we'll be right back with game number 2. Keep it locked. 5 in the playoffs. Talking about playoffs? Playoffs? I won't overdo it, but I had to. The joke needed to be made. It's been made. We can all move on together now. But all that aside, let's get right on into things here on Jagannatha. Jagannatha? I don't know. Maybe you do, and you can tell me in chat. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, the teal Zerg player representing Ris3n Competitive. It is New Breed. And his opponent in the top right-hand corner, the orange Terran player representing Platinum Heroes. It is Captain Hindsight, which I assume is a reference to that South Park episode, which was very funny. So this is going to be our second game for the people that missed it. We had a ZVZ there in that first match between Richard and Reaver. That was a bit of a nail-biter, but Richard showed some solid macro play, held out like the boss that he is, and now Captain Einsight's going to be looking to get his team on the board, and New Breed is going to be looking to double his team's advantage as he takes his third as the natural. Oh, now we're cooking with grease, boys. Okay, so this has to be, obviously, it's a proxy hatch. I'm guessing that there's going to be roaches along with this. There's no gas just yet. But I'm excited. I am very excited by this. So many ZVTs that I watch, it's like, oh, okay, Reaper goes in. Oh, look, he built a spore, so he didn't lose a drone. Like, you've seen that 100 million times, okay? Double gas is going to be roaches. This guy you don't see every time, okay? So I'm going to embrace the fact that we get something a little different here. As with double gas going down, certainly this is going to be a roach warren to follow this up. I can't imagine it won't be. As soon as our spawning pool finishes here. It is going to be an X SCV scout here by Captain Hindsight. Yep, who goes, there should be a base there, and yet there is not. As this should tip the hand a little bit here. No roach warren just yet here for New Breed. There we go. There she is. Bunker coming down on the low ground here. Hindsight. With a confident play, a lot of people I feel like would be like, oh, we'll finish this, lift it up, and maybe evac to the high ground. Is going to find the proxy base right away. Roach warren not yet done, meaning this bunker will certainly get up. And the push can begin. This queen going to get juggled out of position actually a little bit. Ooh, a little bit of a mistake there in losing that Reaper. These Marines are going to start to get injured themselves, but they should clear out a queen. That's not a bad trade for him there. Although, bear in mind, there will be no way of healing those Marines up for a hot minute. Meaning this bunker has to hold, or else those Marines are toast. Ooh, pushing out actually is he with these Marines. That's so dangerous. If roaches come out, he can start popping Marines like balloons. Needs to be careful, and is. Oh, one Marine does get picked off by the Queen, though. Here come the Ravagers. One siege tank on the way as well. Oh, he actually goes for it and gets the creep tumor. Keeps the Marine alive. Very tenuous micro battle going on right now. You love to see it. And he's going to have to get on to this bunker to repair it. Because these biles are going to do some heavy, heavy damage here. As now, with a fourth Ravager, so many biles here. These SCVs are doing a good job with the repair. Ah, that tank is decently far forward, though. He could maybe step in and try and go for the biles on it. Be a little bit risky, though. Hopefully that queen is on hold position. Staying at the edge of the bunker range, dropping more biles, forcing that repair out. 2 queens now, and what you can actually do is if you run in with the queens first, you can use them to absorb the tank shots, run in and bile this down. Queens, not really that worried about absorbing tank blows. So many biles landing on this bunker, but the SCV is still here, still getting that repair down. Actually getting a lock on the queen. That's very good for him here. Is this his moment to try and break this? The biles are going down. The tank falls. This bunker is so low on HP, and now those Marines are exposed. They are going to get gunned down. A second Cyclone is on the way, but the door is open. Oh, no, he gets the door closed. He gets the door closed. Biles are going to start falling. The door is now open. 2 Cyclones out. They can start really getting that damage done. Let's see if these Biles can get any types of decent connections here. Ooh, great dodges so far by Captain Hindsight. And he's using these Cyclones to great effect here. He is going to be a little bit penned in for a while now, but whew. Bear in mind the amount of commitment here from New Breed. He needs to get more Roaches, more Ravagers, maybe up that Queen count, and try and go for the bust again with the help of Transfuse. Going to rebuild the wall now is Captain Hindsight. Ooh, great find there on the Overlord. Needs to be careful, though. Does not want to lose those Cyclones. They are very, very important. That depot should be able to get repaired, and it will. +1 melee, plus double upgrades coming in here for New Breed. Okay, interesting. And now Captain Hindsight is going to be finding that he has a lot of units that have a very high amount of micro potential. He can lock on, get some kills on units, but of course it is going to be very hard to clear out this low ground and how much creep there is in it, meaning he might have to like switch and take a different third. New Breed even dropping biles on the ramp just to deter him from going down. He is building up this Marine count, though. And with Stim, he might get enough to the point where he feels confident he can stim into his opponent's army. Playing this very carefully. Ooh. More Queens coming to the front lines. He needs those for sustain. Because now that Magfield is done, he might be looking to get some lock-ons. One more Ravager goes down. Another ventures a little too far forward. Needs to be careful and get out of there. That Cyclone count is very high. The Marine count very high as well. Army supply well in favor of Captain Hindsight. And I think he might have enough soon to really go for this. And try and bust out of this position. There's the lock-ons. A lot of damage going down. One Roach getting taken out. 1-1 is about to finish, but it's 1-1 melee. Does he have Zergling speed? Yes, he does. Okay. Meaning, oh, if he gets like 15 more Lings on top of these 18, I really think that the 1-1 Lings are going to shred through these Marines. Baneling speed as well on the way here. New Breed just buying himself so much time, keeping the Terran locked on one base. But all this time, Captain Hindsight is building up, and he's actually taking a little bit of a ninja base over here on the bottom side. Oh, he needs to be very careful, though. He might be about to get caught out. And it looks like he will. A few of these Cyclones are going to get taken out, but at a very, very heavy cost there. So Captain Hindsight is going to be forced back a little bit. He's going to try and deal with these creep tumors in one scan, but not going to be able to. Now there's a Banshee and Cloak coming in as well. This is going to get very odd very quickly. Again, there's no sustain here, so every stim that he uses it's gone. 10 Banelings that will have Baneling speed by the time the engagement happens are on the way. Drones are going up here to mine. But across the map, New Breed has macroed. He's gotten 2 bases while this is going on. And he's gotten that worker count a little bit up. I think he just needs to hold here. Get some queens to help him deal with this Banshee. And then just look for good connections with the thing. Oh, this is great. I love this. Upgrade lead. He's going to counterattack and start to kill some SCVs. That is going to put the pressure on Captain Hindsight to get something done here. Again, his army supply is at an advantage right now, but New Breed knows he just needs to buy himself some time here. This Banshee is actually going to town on some of the important units here. Needs to get some queens out, some spores out, anything to hold the line. This Zergling is killing a depot in the background. Oh my gosh, these Banelings. These Banelings. Oh, could he go for the engagement here? Oh, New Breed balks at it actually, and he's losing so many Banelings before this engagement starts. It really hurts to see 14 more Banes on the way. Right now, it looks like he might have chosen his time to go for it. Here we go. The Banes need to get pretty good connections here, and it looks like they will. Everything is going down. This massive army by Captain Hindsight is cleaned up. Only the Banshees remain. And behind this, he's not mining. GG is called. New Breed, with a very unorthodox strategy, doubles Ris3n's lead and puts them on match point. Whew, baby, that was exciting. Well, so far, these first 2 matches certainly haven't disappointed. I'm going to go throw my overlay up real quick. We're going to be back with game number 3 to see if Platinum Heroes can bring this back or if Ris3n Competitive can complete the clean sweep. So keep it locked, guys. We're going to have more StarCraft coming. And it's going to be a TVT. I'll see myself out for that. But that's what's going on. Spawning in the top left-hand corner representing Platinum Heroes. It is Elites. And down in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide, the Ris3n Competitive Terran, it is Bonachan. And I gotta say, I love me some Bana, baby. Okay, I love me some Bana. Because this guy is out here every week, winning games like it ain't no thing. And just playing so weirdly. And it's so fun to see. Because, you know, it's very rare that you'll find someone that truly has like a unique style, and I don't even know how I would classify his style, but I just watch Bonachan games and I'm like, huh, okay, never seen that before. But it's like always good stuff, and it's smart stuff. Really is a very entertaining player for me to watch. And he's going to be looking to bring things home here for Ris3n, whereas Elites is going to be looking to keep his team alive. A lot at stake here in this game number 3 to see who is going to move on to the semifinals. A little bit of SCV harass here from Bonachan. Not something you typically see. SCV scout to harass. This is what I'm just saying. Double gas here for elites that does get scouted. He went back. He went back to do it again. Oh my gosh. What a lad. Reaper first here from both of these players. It looks like Bana is going to back off and get that expansion up. There's the factory here from elites. So this is fairly typical to see in TVT, right? One player, slightly later gas, is going to get a later factory, but a faster CC. In this case, Leets, obviously being the one, gets the faster factory off the back of that gas. Bonachan gets the faster CC. A lot of times we see these things kind of coming out at parity. Maybe Leets gets a few units out, gets a little something done, and we end up in the same spot we started. This is actually a pretty cool play, coming in with the SCV and the Reaper, so that you can win the fight here. And it's going to let him get the Reaper here. But now two SCVs come in. So all in all, yeah, it's a 2 SCVs for 1 trade right there. Pretty solid there for Leets. Nothing game-ending, but just a small little advantage he can eke out for himself there. He's getting a Hellion now, and his own CC. Bonachan's on the hunt, but he's actually going to run his Reaper into 2 Reapers. Which that's going to be disastrous. A Widow Mine and Reactored Marines. Okay, here we go. Guess that's happening. Not a build that I've seen before, but okay. Has yet to lose a match in ATL this season. Yeah. Undefeated season so far going into the playoffs. Yep. That is a pretty crazy record. He's also going to get into the main here. Get a little scout off. Get an SCV for his trouble. The Widowmine debate. Will it work? No, he's going to go around. But the Marines are going to be there, ready for it. Somehow, nothing died there. 2 SCVs go down in the background. But now both players have completed their expansion. Oh, actually, no. Leetz's is still on the way. I take it back. Leetz's? That's a weird way to say that. Seeing our comp team boys in the chat makes me a very, very happy Revolt. Good on ya, getting out here, supporting the team. This is going to be a Marine single Widow Mine drop. Remember how I said that like Bonachan does things that I feel like I don't see anybody else do? Let's talk about the Marine single Widow Mine drop in TVT. You love to see it, but you don't see it often. So we're going to have to see what he can get done here. Looks like he is... No, wait. Okay, this has to be a thing then. They're both doing it? They're both doing it? Alright, I'm just crazy then. Because they're both doing it. So it's a thing. I guess the Widow Mine gets them down to like 5 hit points, and then the Marines just cleared out. Bonachan's is going to hit first, though. And that means that there's going to be a lot of economic damage done. So far, 3 SCVs have gone down, and the mining is forced back. These 3 Marines are going to move forward, kill themselves a Hellion and another Marine. His drop is about to come into the back of the base here. There are 4 Marines here to defend. Widow Mine is going to get dropped in, and here come the Marines. A little bit of counter damage about to start coming down. Oh, a massive Widow Mine hit. That is going to mean how many SCVs are going to die in total? 10. On the other side of the map, it looks like things do get cleared up, but only 3 SCVs go down there. It actually looks like... Oh, there's the Liberator too! Oh my gosh, Bonachan, you mad lad, not settling for just 1 level of harassment. He goes for 2. Keeps the Liberator alive. 14 SCVs in total go down. Although if he's not careful, this Cyclone is going to pick it right off. He needs to be a little bit careful with that. It's going to go back in. We should see it pull away pretty quickly here. Oh, a little bit late on that. And that's going to cost him a couple units. A Marine, 4 more SCVs. Good scan there. Is going to pick off that Liberator, but 4 more SCVs go down. And there's the 3rd CC. I really like this play from Leets. took a little bit of extra damage there in the early game. Didn't do quite as much damage as he was dealt. So, what's the response? You have to take a risk somewhere, get that third CC down. Oh, wait, Bonachon already has this. Never mind, I'm insane. I'm not even paying attention. I'm too busy watching Liberators. So third CC is actually pretty late compared to his opponents. Bonachon up 36 workers to 29. The Ravens, though, that's a big advantage. 2 Ravens to none? 2 Ravens to none. Ravens, of course, can be absolute game changers in TVT. You can use them for harassment. You can use them for disables. You can use them to throw down turrets to absorb tank shots as you go in. They really are very, very useful. There's the NG base coming in here for Bonachon. You gotta say the other big thing here is production. Still on... There's the additional barracks coming in here, but Bonachon's just going to be building more for a little bit now, and I really love to see this, which is getting units out on around the map. If we take a look at our player's vision right now, Bana has a pretty good idea of everything that's going on the map, whereas Leets is going to find it a little bit more dangerous to try and maneuver around without having vision. Still though, 3 Ravens now. Ooh, nice little mine hit there, takes out that Marine. Third CC gets landed here for Bonachon. As the worker count is starting to even up, Leets keeping on top of his macro. One now on the way for Bonachon. Once that completes, he will of course have a upgrade lead on his opponent. And are there engineering base? Not yet. And, you know, I was talking about it earlier in regards to the... I think there's a way for them to do this without speeding through. Okay, so as we can see, both of them are watching their vision, so they're not going to recover, they're going to speed through it. Love to see the sportsmanship there. Neither player's sneaking a peeksy or anything like that, and we can get a ×8 recap of the game. Once again, I apologize everybody for that. Was outside of my control. Had to reset my router and stuff, and then it went down, and then it went back up, and it has been a pain in my butt of late. But thank you very much to both these guys for waiting for me to get that sorted, because you know the real losers there were you guys getting robbed of the viewing experience, and they could have played on and they didn't. So huge shout out to both Leets and to Bonachon for being good sports and getting the people the fun matches that they deserve. What awesome guys. Yeah, I think this is where we left off, right? All right, so taking a look at game state right now. Okay, well, there we go. We have resumed playing. Both these guys, I think, are playing, right? Yeah. Okay, so Back into things, 23 SCVs go down as the drops rain down everywhere. It looks like Bonachon is going to get cleaned up here. He's got units all over the place, but he can't really assault the front. 23 SCVs, the casualty here. These two Marines are going to try and hide, though unfortunately they are going to go down. I don't think he needed to throw that down, but he did. Still, units all over the place has Bonachon. As you don't want to drop into that there, mate. That was a one-way trip if I've ever seen one. Army supply, about 30 in favor of Bonachon right now. +3 on the way to 2, about halfway done here for Leets. As a single Marine gets on top of the tank transforms and kills him. Ooh, flying past the turrets now is Bonachon once again. There is a tank in the main, though. That is going to get cleared out. Oh, and he's going to go for the upgrades. Oh, actually, no, he's going to go for the Ravens. No, he's going to go for the upgrades. Will deny +2 armor. I don't think he'll be able to get +2 attack. No, he will not, but still. That's going to only compound his already large upgrade lead. Rebuilding the double Evo now is Leets. So it looks like Bonachon is consolidating his forces, going to switch tactics instead of those multi-pronged drops all over the place. Going to be going for a big, big old push with no medevacs. I don't know why there's one tank here, but there is. It's going to kill a few Marines, and then it's going to die. But on the other side, here's a big stim in. There is a Widowmine here that actually could get a pretty huge shot on, but the third base is going to die. Widowmine does not yet fire. It actually eats a couple of those initial tank shots for him, though. That's nice. As there we see the disables. As it looks like Leets is going to go in and actually pick off all the tanks of Bonachon. That's a great trade for him, though. But again, now the Marine-on-Marine action is coming in. Looks like he targeted down some of the air units there, Bonachon. But again, any trade is a good trade for him right now. It looks like he's at going up on 5 bases to 2. Oh, Bonachon gets under the Vikings. Picks off every single one. All the Marines are going to die. But again, all he really needs to do is regroup his units together and hold. And hold the line. And with a planetary fortress here and a Liberator, I think he's going to have just enough here to do so, while at the same time these Marines are all dying, actually. Bonachon needs to keep the repair up on that. Oh, but the Liberators are going to force back the tanks. They're going to be forced to unsiege, but I don't think they're going to be able to. Both tanks go down. GG is called. Whew. As Bonachon takes the victory and completes the sweep for Ris3n and sends his team to the semifinals, looking to continue his unbeaten run. Well, we had a little bit of an unorthodox finish to that. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with me. Again, huge shout out to Platinum Heroes, and namely, what was his name? Leet? I don't know. My brain died again for like the 100th time. Shout out to Bonachon, shout out to Leet for being accommodating there, making sure that we got to see the end of that game. Really awesome series. And I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did and you haven't, drop me a follow, because you know I'll be casting more StarCraft at some point, and hopefully my internet will not die anymore. With all that said, I hope all of you have a wonderful Sunday evening. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay gaming. I'll catch you later.